What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, man. So this video is gonna be uncut, unedited. You know what I'm saying? Whatever gets said, it's gonna get said. So Deion won his second game as the head coach of Colorado. They beat Nebraska pretty easily, and it was the first time I think that they beat Nebraska in a very long time. Let's just put it like that. It was the first time they had their first lead at the half for the first time since I think like early 2000s. So you see, I can't remember the kid's name that does their YouTube, all of that stuff. But you seen a ton of celebrities pulled up, you dig, to check out check out the game and pay their respect or whatnot. And you can kind of see all of the support that they had, from the fans and celebrities and stuff like that. And it's crazy because a lot of people get pushed back, when they, I guess in a sense, go against the idea of Deion being the head coach of Colorado. And I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about that and try to put certain things into perspective, right? I think a lot of us, myself included, wanted Deion to stay at an HBCU. It didn't have to be Jackson State, could have been Southern, could have been Grambling. You know what I'm saying? It could have been any HBCU, but to stay at an HBCU. And it's like, now that I've had some time to reflect, I kind of want to talk a little bit about why, personally, I felt that way. And, the fact that a lot of us don't feel like we can have the impact that a Deion Sanders or other celebrities can have in the community, because financially, we're not able to support the ideas a lot of times that we have or things that we want to do. So I think, I know personally for me, and I'm sure a lot of people, share my thought process as far as we've been put in a situation to look at these celebrities and athletes as leaders. So, when you have an opportunity like Deion had to coach at the HBCU and do it at a high level, and potentially, change just the overall, dynamic of recruiting college football as a whole. You got those advertising and TV dollars coming to HBCU rather than PWI that's already financially, together and already have, risk for taking care of the university, whether or not the football program is good, or not. A lot of us wanted to see that dynamic, see Deion have that impact on college football and just college sports in general. It's kind of like, well, it's not similar. I mean, you've had other black coaches, right? But it's kind of like when President Obama, got into office. As black people, we expected him to do everything for black people. You know what I'm saying? And we expected to come out on top finally as far as, our circumstances, our place in the economy, because we had a black president, right? So you gonna look out for black people. You gonna make changes that are gonna have positive impact on the black community, finally, right? A lot of us look to Deion as, a person that had the ability, had the star power, to change college football, because we would always talk about what would happen if a lot of the prominent athletes would go to these HBCUs. They would stay home and go to these universities that are right in their backyard. Instead of going to LSU, they'll go to Southern, they'll go to Grambling, and go to some of these historically black colleges and kind of bring value back to the HBCU. I know myself thought that's going to change the entire dynamic of college football. Because now, nobody's tuning in to watch LSU versus Alabama. What I'm saying? They're tuning in to watch Southern versus Grambling. So a lot of the TV money is going to those HBCUs, those smaller colleges, and no longer is going to the bigger universities. But if I'm keeping it 1,000, I think, a lot of us have these expectations of these athletes, and we want them to do things that, we necessarily wouldn't do. Because I'm gonna go work where the money's at, Like, I think that for a lot of us, we look at these people like they don't need money or they don't need to put themselves in certain situations. Yes, it would have been great for him to stay at Jackson State or go to another HBCU. And, the things that we're seeing at Colorado, the media coverage and everything, hopefully we would have got an opportunity to see that at whatever HBCU he decided to go to, but he didn't. He decided to go to Colorado. That's kind of like deciding to, take a higher paying job. Like, we're not going to turn down an opportunity to make more money, at our job. So he's not turning down an opportunity to make more money at his job. I think what threw everybody off is how he sold what he was doing, how he made it about, the culture, and how he made it about these black athletes coming to these black colleges, and being leaders and things like that. So when you start talking like that, that tells us, it registers to us in our brain that, you going down, you going ride or die, You're not going to leave Jackson State and go to Colorado. But on the flip side, he's doing what everybody else would do. You get an opportunity to better your life, better your family's life, and get paid more money. You going where the money is, and that's fine. But I just, I'm seeing a growing narrative about whether or not he had the ability to coach at that level, or his team would be successful at that level. And there may have been some questions about his ability to coach in general, because a lot of athletes don't have a lot of great success when it comes to being on the coaching side of things. But I think he had kind of proved that, with his time in Jackson State. His ability to recruit and get talent. We knew that wasn't going to be an issue, because he's prime time. Who don't want to come play for Deion? But I think that, man, he answered a lot of questions. I just think that as people in the black community, we gotta stop looking to these celebrity athletes and celebrities in general to lead us, or to do anything that's going to support the black plight, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta start individually doing things on a smaller level that's gonna have micro on a micro level that's gonna have a large impact. It is what it is. I just think that we just really wanted Deion to kind of stand on what he initially came in the game talking about. But man, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. I still think that, kind of years ago, black people stuck together. It did kind of feel like when one black person made it, we we all made it because we knew that that one person was gonna, you know what I'm saying, uphold the culture, you know. But it is what it is, man. We gotta stop looking to people to lead us, and personally grow and be the change that we want to see, and lead our own families. You know what I'm saying? Raise our own boys, and hopefully, they grow up and be and contribute positively to the community and to society as a whole. I think that may be one of the biggest mistakes that we're making, is looking to other people to lead us, man. And one thing is that the life that they're living, with the status that they have, is not the same life that, you or I are living. We live in a completely different life. The challenges that we face are not the same. And even politicians, you know what I'm saying? Even the people that, your governors, your representatives, man, them people be well off, man. They not living in the same neighborhoods you living in, and may have been well removed from those situations for years and years and years, They're not speaking from your situation. They're speaking, maybe from statistical analytics, and looking at things on paper a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? They're not really in the neighborhood to really ride or die with the citizens and people in those areas, The average celebrity, man, even though they may be struggling, they got a different type of struggle. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got a $30,000 a year struggle, $40,000 a year struggle. You know what I'm saying? They can still go inside of a business establishment and get shit for free. You know what I'm saying? Just because of their name, Not to knock where they may have came from, or the things that they may have dealt with in their life. I mean, of course, it took some work for them to get to where they are. So, definitely don't want to knock what they had to do to get that status that they have. But, I think we gotta stop expecting people, to kind of meet us where we are, in a sense, and start improving ourselves individually, and, and try to build something on our own. Because obviously, bro, ain't nobody coming to save us. It ain't no reparations being given out. Ain't nobody coming to save us. We want to do it on our own. And it is what it is, man. So shout out to Deion, Colorado getting their second win. I think Deion's situation, him coaching at Colorado is, just one smaller piece of the conversation. I think that individually we gotta start doing things that have an impact, on ourselves personally, and hopefully collectively we have an impact and can kind of push the culture forward. But it's a lot going on in the culture, man. It's a lot of Sukis and sexy reds and all of that, man. It's a lot of stuff going on in our culture. A lot of agendas being pushed in our culture. You know what I'm saying? That you don't see getting pushed in other cultures. One can only ask why, that is. But man, anything that come out and anything new, they push it on the black culture. You know what I'm saying? On the black people. So, man, y'all just stay vigilant. Shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to make it out of a thing. Just having a conversation under that Deion. They just had their second game, so I kind of wanted to get on here and talk about that. But yeah, supporting Deion, you know what I'm saying? Congratulations, man. And yeah.